Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I've got another fun material to upcycle or to use. Super easy. Before we get into it too much, I would like to thank Scab, and I'll tag him in the description. He's got all kind of knife content, tons, and I believe it's Chore Boy Outdoors is what it goes. Scott Baldwin is his name, but he always demos cutting this stuff with a knife, and this stuff is pretty tough, like way tougher than you will initially think it is, and it's a fire hose material. But I was thinking about it because it's very much like the inner tubes that we have made pouches out of, and I was like, dude, that will make a pouch straight up. And I told him, I was like, man, I want to make some Scab-ard pouches. So he sent me a few pieces. Still am not exactly sure where to get it. I see if I Google braided Kevlar fire hose, it brings up lots of fire hoses and not just the hose by itself. I don't know if I'm not Googling something correctly or what the deal is, but I can't find just the hose. I'm sure I'm not saying something right. I can get it with brass ends on it and all day, different colors, but not just the hose. I think, I'm not exactly sure what he uses it for before this, if it's sandblasting or what, but crazy industrial tough. So thanks, Scab. Here is my Scab-ard pouch, and I made it the exact same way, connection wise and overall construction, is I do my leather pouches or the inner tube pouches. Put a fancy button on this dude just because I just have some stuff in it just for demo purposes, not this minute. But I was impressed at how tough this stuff was. And when I made it, we're going to cut a piece just like we're about to put it on the knife. It was strong enough to put these buttons on there without a problem. And to poke the holes, I just used the tip of my knife. And this is on my prototype Big Bear from Bear Force Knives. I wear it like a baldric style rig, so I wear it like this. It hangs across my body like that. So that's why it's set up the way that it is. So to do this, you need a cutting tool. Before I say too much though, so he sent me some pieces, but he also sent me like a big long piece. So it's cut to size. You can figure out what size you need. This is about the size of a pouch, and we're just gonna go through the motions here. So the first thing that I would do with my pouch is, figure out the length, how you want it with the flap. That's how I believe I want it, like that. And you could even put the buckle on one clip like this, or cut a hole. So put a hole right here, and then put your button on the back side, and then your little pin down here, and made it so when you flip it over, the back lays over this piece and it clips on the outside. So when you open it, you can just drop your stuff down in the tube. Maybe we can make one like that. But that would pert near make them, unless you submerged it, waterproof just about. If you go with gravity, it's not gonna you have it on your belt or whatever, it'd be hard for water to run up in it. And this stuff it's Kevlar on the outside, but it's like coated rubber on the inside. But we do just like. So I'm gonna square it up a little bit. Then measurements, this is about 10 inches long. And I'm gonna go with this natural flap here. And put it in the corner there. Okay. And this piece I want to remove because it's going to be basically the inside. I just did a little swoop on it right there. If you make the little swoop on there and make it so it's not square, when you pull it down, it doesn't like to bulge out as much on the top, I think. But then the hardest part with this stuff is turning it inside out. Like, it's crazy hard to make it do so. But I figured out you just have to go slow and work it until you get several inches of it in there, enough to be able to reach through the top this way with the pair of pliers and pull it through. And then when you pull it through, you just need to pull it far enough out so you can sew it from the inside. And then when you pull it back through, it makes a seam like this one. But this one is stapled just for my demos. I just went ahead and stapled that guy just like we did the other pouches. But you can sew it. You can sew this stuff. I ran a needle through some of it. It's pretty tough. But you can sew this stuff. Secure your bottom while it's inside out. Turn it right side. And then put your buttons on there. And then you have a finished pouch. Like, that pouch will work immediately. So when I did, when I was gonna put, I just did like that to poke holes in it. And it does fray a bit. Like, if you do that and you wear it for a little while, it will start kind of fraying. But for the most part, that's as bad as you're gonna get it right there. That rubber helps hold some stuff together, and you can go back and trim some of that up afterwards. So a little bit of fray on the outside it's just kind of going to happen. It's not a super big deal to me though. But that's basically it, y'all. Cut it the shape that we have done the other pouches. Secure the bottom, and you have a pouch ready to go. Even if you just poked holes and used a piece of string to tie it together, you could put sharps or whatever you wanted to in here, chisels and whatnot. It would be a good container for stuff like that. But I'm impressed. It works really well, and it's super easy. It's just something else that is kind of there. It's readily available. Lots of places throw this stuff away at a certain point. And you can get fire hose, like it was used yellow fire hose. I don't know the difference. I'm sure there's some bigger stuff, but the used yellow stuff I saw on the internet for 90 cents a foot. So, I mean, that's pretty cheap. You could get 6 foot of that and potentially make 6 pouches or smaller, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to share another good material for making pouches. Scott, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, Scab. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Check out our older stuff at Bushcraft Kelso on Instagram, bushcraftkelso.com for gizmos and gadgets. Until next time, later.